Hello, everyone. Welcome to the August 27th episode of Stacking the Box. Iain MacMillan here, Sterling Holmes, and we got good news, we got bad news. Starting, I think, with the good news, Sterling, and that is that the NFL season is just 8 days away before the opening kickoff of the 2025 NFL season. The bad news is this is the last episode of Stacking the Box that Sterling and I will be doing. I believe the Tuesday will be now the Tuesday episode. With a couple other hosts will still be going on, but this is it for us, Sterling. It is kind of funny that a football show ends a week before the football season, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, I love it. We spent all off season leading to this moment, and then pull the plug because Iain's doing big things. Iain has no longer any time for the peons like myself. He is a badass who I'm very, very happy for. Actually, fun fact, Iain and I will still be doing stuff in some capacity. We just no longer have the capacity for a full hour-long show together on Wednesdays, so there'll be a little bit of switching and changing around, but don't worry. For those of you who love Iain and the smattering of you that can tolerate myself, we will still be teaming up and doing some betting aspects. A lot of Chiefs-focused betting aspects, so that'll be fun. So you can hear myself applaud and laud the Super Bowl champions yet again, while Iain will try and poo-poo them and put a voodoo on them. So don't worry, you'll still have some Iain with myself.
Yeah, that'll be over on Arrowhead Addict, where Sterling will be spending even more time. And we will still, I believe, have some athlete interviews, but we just won't be doing them together, Sterling. But we'll be having some athlete interviews on Stacking the Box as well. So this channel is not going anywhere. Just myself and Sterling are to an extent, at least our show together. Yes, I am excited to talk to you about the Chiefs betting throughout the season, Sterling, on Arrowhead Addict. I hope that I don't have to be the bad guy, the enemy of Chiefs fans like I was last year.
Congratulations.
But I have a feeling it's probably more likely than not that's how it's going to shake out.
Oh, it will be. It'll be fun, though. You get to play the heel. I'll play the superhero. You're the villain. Yep. And it'll be a great dichotomy of gloriousness that will be fun for everyone. Yes.
So since this is the last episode that we're doing together, I figured we may as well just, talk about the football season. We do have a couple wagers between the two of us placed already. So those aren't going anywhere. I don't think those are void. So maybe we'll just preview the season. We'll give our thoughts. Who's going to win it all? MVP. And then maybe we'll find a couple extra wagers to add to the mix before we say goodbye for good to this iteration of this show. I want to start off, Sterling, with the biggest news announcement this week. Well, the biggest news announcement was my new show, but the second biggest news announcement
was this show ending.
Yes.
Third biggest
news announcement.
Sean, by the way, make sure you get James Blunt. What's it? Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Play that at the very end of the show. We need to go out with James Blunt just playing in the background.
Right. And if we get a copyright strike, who cares at this point?
It's over.
I guess no, it'll still hurt the channel, which the channel will be here, but not our problem. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift is obviously what I'm going to bring up. People are probably sick of hearing about it. They are engaged. Does this hurt I've been talking the past few weeks, Sterling. Travis Kelce does not seem focused, and now he's getting engaged a week before the season starts. This has to worry you a little bit.
Dog, you are so lame. That is the lead. So anytime anyone gets married now, they don't care about football. They don't care about football because they got married. That's what that means?
Yeah, I guess I haven't cared for the past year and a half, but I'm married now, so now I'm back to caring about football. That's why I had such a bad betting season last year. I was just too focused on my engagement.
Oh, is that what it is now? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
so, when Patrick got married, I'm pretty sure that was the year he won MVP. That was cool. But now that Travis is getting married, it's a whole different situation.
Well, yes, getting married to the most famous woman on the planet, I would say, is a slightly different situation.
How is it different?
People are calling it the royal wedding.
Sure. Do you think that affects them? Who cares what outside folks think? It's what they think. I'm happy for them. First and foremost, I'm happy for them. Second, I don't care that much. I don't. No, I think it's like any other wedding. I'm happy for them, but I don't really know them personally. I've talked with Travis a few times and Jason Kelce and all of that.
Are you getting an invite to the wedding, do you think?
So I'm going to try my best. I had a whole segment on radio of how I made my case that I should be the ring bearer.
Oh my God, let's try to get an invite first, I think.
No, hear me out, because I have experience. I did a whole thing with Travis Kelce. I said I should be the ring bearer. I have experience. Last time I did the ring bearer, I was 29, so only a couple of years removed from being the ring bearer. I did a great job. I held the flower girl's hand. I had to throw the flowers because she was not doing her job properly, so I can take over and I can delegate if need be, but I can also step in and give negative reinforcement, which NFL players love that, right? Negative reinforcement is key, so I can tell the 2-year-old, whoever's going to be the flower girl at, maybe it's Sterling Mahomes, right? Maybe it's Patrick's kid. You know, that means Sterling and Sterling. Double down the Sterlings. Sterling Holmes, Sterling Mahomes, and guess what? Boom. There you go. Flower girl, ring bearer, shaking hands. So, Travis, if you want this, if you need a ring bearer, I have experience. I will use negative reinforcement. It could be Sterling and Sterling, and it'll be fun.
I thought you were going to make the case to be the wedding's MC, because you're like built to be an MC. You're like, you might be the perfect candidate.
That's true. My dad was a DJ for weddings. Fun fact for you. That's what my dad did for a long time. He had a company here in Kansas City. He did a ton of that stuff. So, yes, I've been around that life a long, long time. I could totally do that if he wants that, but it's okay.
Kansas City, like, radio guy, like, it seems like you're like, that'd be perfect.
I might shoot him an email.
I think you have a better chance of being an MC than the ring bearer. I know obviously it's a bigger job, but I feel like you're built for that job a little bit more.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I think if it was Travis, he might say yes. I don't know about Taylor. Taylor doesn't know me.
That's true.
Taylor's never met me.
That's true.
You're
probably not famous enough, unfortunately, to be part of it, yeah.
Well, I've had the conversation with Travis before and Jason, and they're very lovely people, very, very nice and fun. But I've never gone to the Swift side of things, and maybe it's more traditional. And if that's the case, I think I'm probably on the outside looking in. But I will make a case for it, and I do think I'd be a damn good ring bearer for it.
I think the barrier to meet Taylor Swift might be a little bit tougher to get past than the Kelce's.
But hear me out. I don't get nervous about that. I'm not a guy who's going to be like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift.
Sure.
No, if you want someone who's going to act normal around them, I'm your guy.
Yeah, but she typically doesn't want to interact with anyone unless they're like famous. Well,
who knows that? Maybe she's just a normal person who likes normal people, but people act crazy around her. Have you thought of that?
I mean, there's videos of her like making security move people who are sitting next to her at like award shows because they're not famous enough.
No.
No, yes.
We ain't going to talk about Tavis now. Come on now. Okay. Come on.
Yeah, so that was the big news of the week. Obviously, I do like. I want to see if you can at least just get an invite to the wedding. Just being there would be very cool.
I'll try my best, and I'll see.
I doubt the wedding's going to be in Kansas City, unfortunately.
Yeah, my bet was like Italy or like a private island somewhere. Yeah, it was in Kansas City. Like it was in my backyard, Overland Park. They live close to me. I think he proposed. My parents
go knock on their door.
Well, it's funny. What's up? It's the same. We live like 5 minutes away from their house. Now, their place, as I think, a gated place in what is basically a gated community already, from what I've heard allegedly. But we live close, technically, to each other. Just we go to the same grocery store, actually, Travis and myself.
Taylor Swift ain't going to that grocery store.
I don't believe there's been a Taylor Swift sighting at said grocery store, but there has been Travis there. Yeah.
All right, let's talk actual football. Let's stick with the Chiefs. Since this is the last show, I mean, I was going to get into this a little bit more next week, but let's just talk about the Chiefs season. You are very optimistic, I assume, about how the Chiefs are going to play this year. Just give me your breakdown.
Yeah, no, what I've talked about Kansas City all offseason long, and my thoughts have actually stayed the exact same one, we found out that Rashee Rice will be suspended the first 6 games of the season, right? First and foremost, that came down today. I'm sure you have some thoughts, but for me, this is more or less in line with what I thought it was going to be when they were going to go to Sue Robinson. I thought, that's not good. But here we are, 6 games.
Yeah, sorry. Can you break that down a little bit? Because I saw the notification, but I didn't look into it. I thought he was going to play the first 4 weeks, and there's going to be hearing or something, but now there's no hearing.
Correct. Basically, what it comes down to now is 6 games. There was going to go to Sue Robinson and do it. Now they are just saying, 6 games, which makes a lot of sense. The issue was they wanted 2 to 4 games more than likely. Goodell said double digits, and the NFLPA is like, hey, you're not accepting that. Rashee Rice's camp was like, you're not accepting that. The closest thing to what Rashee Rice did was technically fair, not a 1-game suspension by a former New York Jet recently.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was a 1-game suspension. Now, that guy didn't run, but also Rashee Rice didn't paralyze anyone. What Rashee Rice did was horrible. There were going to be repercussions, but there wasn't really a great guideline for what the repercussions were. DUI, 3 games. You know that because that's what is negotiated already with the NFLPA and the NFL, right? That's non-negotiable. If you get a DUI, it's 3 games. But there's nothing for this. And so they were going to go to that, and we all assumed 4 to 6 was more or less in line with what it was going to be. Anywhere from 4 to 8. Goodell wanted to throw the book because he's tired of people doing stuff like this. The Chiefs are basically saying, hey, well, I know that's fine. I get what you're saying, but Rashee's sitting here going, that guy got 1. How is mine 10 times worse than that? So ended up with 6. I think it's fair. I think it's fine. I think the Chiefs could have I don't want to say got away with anything because I think 6 games, again, is 6 times worse than what the closest situation to this was. But also, I think now if you're Andy Reid, you at least know what games he's missing. You at least know what the repercussions are. If you're Rashee, you at least know, okay, week 7, I can come back. You missed the first 6 weeks. Not great. Some great teams you're playing in those first 6 weeks, as we all know. But at least you know. And so there's the known quantity of this that at least in my opinion, maybe alleviates some concerns from Andy, Rashee, and the Chiefs.
So let's go ahead and go through their schedule, if you don't mind. I just want to go through quickly, say win or loss for every single game.
Okay. And real quick, just so you know, there was some confusion because the Chiefs kept 8 wide receivers on their active roster.
White receivers or wide receivers?
Wide receivers. Okay. Yeah, wide. Now, if we were talking like centers,
right?
Yeah, maybe a different story. No, so 8 wide receivers. No, they're not all Julian Edelman and Chris Hogan. No, it's not Cooper Kupp. No, not that. But we were wondering why they kept 8 wide receivers, and now we find out why.
Makes sense. So they start next week. The Friday night game, how many standalone games do they have? 1, 2, 4. Yeah, a lot. So starting next week, Friday, the Friday night game. So the second game of the season in Brazil against Los Angeles, which I believe, is that technically a Chiefs home game?
Oh, I got to check that back up. Yeah, I believe it because they have the 17-game schedule now. I got to figure out it's 8-1. Believe when you host. No, it's an away game.
Okay. All right, let's just go through and give me a win-loss. I'm going to keep track of what you think the record's going to be. Chargers, week 1, Friday. Okay.
First things first, I've not done this yet.
I know.
Which is crazy. I've not gone through the Chiefs schedule once yet. So this is a fun exercise too. I hope I end up with what I think they're going to be. I've said they're going to be 12-5 or 13-4. But game by game is always interesting because I don't know which games I'm going to give them the win or loss in.
Okay. Chargers in Brazil.
Wow. I'll go win.
Okay. Week 2 is the Super Bowl rematch, which is kind of fascinating. Eagles.
Okay.
How is that not a primetime game?
Yeah. Somehow 3:25.
Crazy.
So I'm going win here. Only no.
I don't know how we're getting to 12-5 if you're putting that game as a win, but okay.
Yeah, I said 13-4, 12-5. The reason why I'm saying they win here is they have way more to prove. It doesn't change anything, but if you told me to pick one game where Patrick just goes off, I don't know Rashee Rice, but if you're telling me there's one game where Patrick just goes off, a over my dead body game, a classic Patrick Mahomes game, this is the game I'm looking at. I do think there's something to prove here. I do expect the offense to look better than it did last year. I don't think they're one-score luck or one-score tendencies. I'm trying to think of the correct term will continue, but I do think that there's something to prove. So I do think they start off 2-0 here.
I'm actually so that game is in Kansas City, so it is a home game.
Correct.
For the Chiefs. I'm kind of curious. Oh, here's Chiefs are it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
Odds makers, at least FanDuel has it set as a coin flip.
I see KC sometimes the spread is -1.5 for KC as the favorite, and some I see money line is even for the Eagles. So
Yeah, so
I guess it would be without the juice. So
basically a coin flip. All right, Giants.
yeah, so I think 3-0 here. I think that the Giants
Shocked.
the Giants aren't good. I think the Giants might be the worst team in football. If you told me who wins more games this year, the Giants or the Saints, I'm going Giants. The Giants have a brutal schedule, and I like Jackson. I don't like Jackson Dart. I get why they drafted Jackson Dart. I like Malik Neighbors. Tyrone Tracy's fine. Cam Scadaboo's fine.
Well, what we think Jackson Dart's going to he's not going to be playing against Chiefs in that game.
No, but just in general, I see where the Giants are going. I just think this year is going to be a brutal season for them.
Yeah. Week 4, Ravens.
Lose. I think the Chiefs lose at home to the Ravens. Ravens have some revenge. Obviously, the playoffs, we know that. They cannot get over the hump in the playoffs against KC. But the regular season last year with Isaiah Likely in his toe, I think they come into KC. I think there's a little revenge factor there. I'll give the Ravens the win there. So I have the Chiefs at 3-1.
Monday Night Football, Week 5, they're going to Jacksonville.
I don't think Jacksonville's very good. Until Trevor Lawrence proves to me that he's now in that at least upper tier, or at least not upper tier, but that 5 to 15, or at least better than an average quarterback tier. Because right now, where's Trevor Lawrence at in the quarterback rankings?
17?
16 to 20. Until he gets to that 15 to 10-ish range. Brian Thomas is great. Travis Hunter, I'm intrigued by. Their running back room is up and down. It's all over the place. Who's going to be the starter? No one knows. They can sometimes get after the quarterback, but I like the Chiefs in this one, so 4-1.
I was just looking through their schedule. Most of their tough opponents are home games for them, which is going to benefit them, including their Week 6 game. This is a Sunday Night Football game. This will be must-watch. The Lions.
Correct. The Chiefs' schedule is not as bad as it could be for such a hard schedule, because you're playing the NFC East, and such a hard schedule when you are always the 1 seed, so you have a 1 schedule, and then they're always going to throw a good primetime game as the
They're
extra
playing the
for
NFC East, but both against the Eagles and Commanders are home games. Their other crossover with the NFC is the Lions, also a home game, and we'll get to it later, but the only tough road game they have to play really is the Bills.
Yeah.
But sorry, Lions, Week 6.
I'll go loss here, because I have to find some losses somewhere, right? So I'll go 4-2. I you know my opinion of the Lions. I think Jared Goff's not monetarily underrated, but in the fan perspective is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is incredible, although I hate what he said about Kansas City and kind of taking a shot at the city itself, not the team, but the city. I think Jamison Williams has a hell of a year. Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery are just great guys.
Which city did it take a shot at? Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas?
Maybe both. I think it was a combo, all-encompassing. And I will say the offensive line might be a slight step back for the Lions this year with the retirement, but I'll give the Lions the nod in this one, because I got to try and find a way to give them 3 to 4 losses, or 4 to 5 losses.
Week 7, home to the Raiders.
Win.
Week 8, another Monday Night Football game at home again to the Commanders.
Win. I think Commanders take a step back this year.
Okay.
I love what the Commanders did, but to me it's very reminiscent of what the Texans did, where we all expected them to take a step forward and the pressure amounted to a slight step back. I think, again, for example, the Texans might take a step forward again this year, while I think the Commanders take their sophomore slump, if you will.
Which we're both of that opinion with the Commanders here. Week 9, you got a tough one before the bye week on the road against the Bills.
Loss.
Bills have their number in the regular season. Playoffs
do.
It's a different story, but regular season, it's the Bills.
Yeah, I'll just say they lose to the Bills in the regular season and win the playoffs. I'll say this: I like that trade-off.
Week 10.
Where am I at right now? I'm 6-3.
You're at 6-3.
Okay.
Week 10. Can you defeat the bye?
I think they tie.
Tie the bye.
I think it's a push.
Week 11 off the bye week, you're going to Denver.
I'll
Off a bye, Andy Reid off a bye.
This is a tough one. Yeah, I'll say they win. It's Andy Reid off a bye. But that Broncos game is going to be good. That's going to be a real good game in Denver.
At home to the Colts in week 12.
This feels like one that Chiefs would just slip up and lose.
Okay.
I'll say they win. No, I'm saying they're going to win, but this feels... The Colts and the Titans are two teams who... It always seems that Chiefs play horrible against those two teams. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it still seemingly always happens. I'll say the Chiefs win, but if I had to pick an ugly game where they squeak out a win, it would be this one.
Okay. Week 13, Thursday Night Football against America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
So where am I at right now? 8-3?
You're at 8-3.
8-3.
Don't add up the record as you go. You have to, because then you're going to be like, we need a loss here. Just think about the matchup.
I like the Chiefs. I don't think I don't think the Cowboys are a great team. I like the Chiefs on the road.
Okay. At home to the Texans. This is a Sunday Night Football game.
I'll go loss.
Interesting.
I kind of have the revenge factor again going with them. I think the Texans are going to really get up for this game. I know it's a night game. I know it's in KC, but Houston feels like one of those teams. They have a lot to prove. And I love Will Anderson. I love CJ Stroud. I think a lot of the comments after the game got twisted in regards to their thoughts on the refs. I think people used a lot of clickbait to try and make the Texans look bad. And I think they're going to try to come out and improve a lot. And they might have a lot to play for as far as seeding purposes as we're starting to get later into the season.
So you have that as a loss.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Week 15, we got home to the Chargers.
A win. I think the Chargers are good, by the way. I think the Chargers might be the now slightly underrated by some folk. I know I have the Chiefs beating them twice.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do without Rashawn Slater. I think that's most people's concern.
That is the concern.
But the Madison Beer factor, though.
I don't really know who she is. You'll have to catch me. I have no idea who
apparently
she is.
She's a big deal.
Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not in that realm.
No, I think that's a little. I think we're too old.
Yeah, that tracks.
Week 16 on the road to the Titans.
Again, feels like a game that the Chiefs are going to play down to their competition, make it way too close, and the Chiefs pull out some dumb victory.
Okay. Christmas Day, they will host the Denver Broncos at night on a Thursday.
So the Chiefs need to bounce back. A couple of seasons ago, they got just demolished by the Raiders on Christmas. The Chiefs try to prove that was just a fluke last year. I think the Denver Broncos win one of two in the series this year. They were very close last year when they played the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Took a blocked field goal at the very end. I'll go Broncos get one because I think they split, but I don't want to give them on the road off of a bye. So I'll give them this one.
Okay, and then last week could be the winner of this game wins the AFC West, Chiefs or Raiders.
Come on.
Chiefs Raiders win. Well,
Raiders,
it could be that they don't have anything to play for, though, and they lose.
Yeah, but if I have them, I think I have them at 13-4 right now. No.
Yeah, I have 12-5.
12-5. Yeah, they win this one.
Okay. Might need it for a bye, maybe. Or maybe. Probably not a bye. 12-5 is probably not going to get you the one seed. All right, so you got them at 12-5.
Yeah.
You think that sounds right?
I think that sounds right. I mean, again, I think 12-5 is the number. I think they take care of the AFC West, even though the AFC West has gotten a lot better. I think I have them going, 5-1 against the AFC West?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, losing one game to the Broncos.
Yeah, I think that's about right. The AFC West has improved a ton, but the Chiefs just have the AFC West number. It's what they do. Yeah. It's getting closer, though. And I think they're a better team than last year's 15-2 team, but I think the wins aren't going to represent that.
They were 15-2 last year. That's crazy. They were not a 15-2 team.
They were 15-1 in games they played for. The last game they set everyone. I mean,
that's crazy. What team? Is the Bills they lost to, right?
It was the Bills. Yeah.
Crazy. They were. You have to admit, like they weren't as good as a 15-1 team.
No, it was funny. I was talking to Bill Barnwell today from ESPN, and he had the Chiefs going 16-1 last year. And so he was cracking up. He's like, I actually was sitting here going, I feel gross about it because they're 15-1 heading into the final game, and they're like, they should not be I should not have a chance to win this 16-1 record bet that I had. Yet here we are, and then they sit everyone, so it didn't come true. So he still went 15-2. But I was like, even Bill Barnwell was cracking up, and he is on the same sort of page. It felt like that record-wise, they're taking a step back, but it does not mean they're going to be a worse team than last year's team.
Yeah, sure. All right, I'm going to do it with the Falcons, and then we're going to talk MVP. Then we're going to make our season.
No, let me do it for you now. Let's see, because I feel like you're going to be.
You want to read it out to me?
Yeah, I'm going to read it out to you. You did it for me, so give me a second. Let me go to Falcons. Sorry, I'm doing my darndest.
I know week 1 they're against the Buccaneers.
They are against the Bucs. Give me 1 second. It's pulling up the ESPN. Against the Bucs. At home.
That's a loss, unfortunately.
Good call. I'm glad.
I do not like that they did not play Michael Penix or really any starters in the preseason. The rest of the NFL has moved on from that. Have learned that you got to play your starters, and especially with Penix being a young quarterback that needs the reps. I did not like that decision, and I think because of that, they're not going to look good in week 1.
A lot of teams learn from who?
Bengals mostly.
The Chiefs. I'm playing the starters.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of the Bengals, but yeah, sure.
The Bengals learned from KC because they stopped doing that. They were always ass to start the season.
Yeah. Point still stands. I don't like that they did that. That makes me have some doubts about Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Okay, so 0-1.
0-1.
Vikings.
They got a tough schedule to start. It gets a lot easier late in the year.
In Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy.
I think that's a win because I hate. I'm not going to say I hate J.J. McCarthy. I'm sure he's a fine human being, but I don't think he's going to be a good quarterback. I'm still shocked and confused why everyone just talks about him like he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He hasn't played a snap yet. And people hated him last year. They thought he was going to be a bust. They hated him when he was picked number 10 overall. Now he's all of a sudden going to be a great quarterback. I don't get it.
But Kevin O'Connell.
Okay. Vikings didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago. They were trash 2 years ago.
Just saying, because of Kirk Cousins.
No, Kirk Cousins was hurt. They were trash because he was hurt.
All right, so 1-1. Week 3 in Carolina. Carolina looks better.
That's a win. We're not losing to Carolina this year. Carolina's defense stinks.
Okay, 2-1. At home, hosting the Commanders.
I do think the Commanders take a step back, but the Falcons are really bad against athletic quarterbacks because they can move around or pass rush. But maybe we have a pass rush this year. This is at home. This is in Atlanta.
Washington, 3.5-point favorites on the road.
Is this just a day game or is this a night game?
Noon.
I think Commanders win, unfortunately.
Okay, 2-2.
I'm trying to be unbiased here.
Hosting the Bills.
Oh, that's a loss, obviously. No, we're not to that level yet.
Monday Night Football on ESPN.
That's the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably lose in heartbreaking fashion then. If it was in the afternoon, we just lose a normal way. Now we'll lose in heartbreaking fashion.
2-3.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough start to the year.
Going across the country. Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Carrie Underwood. On the road in San Fran, 49ers.
That's a loss. Yeah, the first half of our season is so hard. That's all of our hard games all at once.
Well, because last year your schedule was cake. It was the easiest schedule I'd ever seen.
It was supposed to be, and then it ended up being the hardest schedule. There was this is a thing. I read about it. There was actually a record set for how many games an opponent's projected win total was below what their actual win total was. Because all the bad teams they're supposed to play were good. The Vikings, the Commanders.
The Panthers twice.
The Panthers ended up being better.
Come on.
Well, the Panthers were good when Bryce Young came back.
See them at 2-4. You host the Dolphins.
Oh, my God. I think we lose that one.
2-5.
Oh, no.
2-5. You head to New England against the Patriots.
Now we get hot. Now we go. That's a win.
3-5. Head to Germany. 8:30 a.m. Head to Germany. Colts.
Oh, that's right. We play the Colts in Germany this year. That's a win.
4-5. Ooh, getting hot.
Yeah, we're getting hot now.
At home against the Panthers.
We're gonna sweep the Panthers. That's a win.
5-5. Head on the road to New Orleans.
That's a win. We're sweeping the Saints.
6-5. Head to New York. Jets.
See, yeah, we're getting hot now. We're obviously beating the Jets.
7-5. So you're on a 5-game win streak right now.
Yep.
You host Seattle.
That's a win.
8-5.
Yep.
Falcons. They thought their season
Hottest
was
team
over.
in the NFL. Yep.
They roll 6 wins in a row. Head to Tampa Bay. Come on.
We swept them last year. I'll say we lose both to Tampa Bay.
Okay. That's 8-6, I believe. Go to Arizona.
That's a win.
Ooh,
No. Yeah, it's a win.
Oh, I don't know.
That's too late in the year for Kyler
Yeah, too
Murray.
late in Arizona. If this was like week 9, you guys are screwed. Week 7,
yeah.
Week 5, you're toast. Week 15, 16, Arizona's crumbling by now.
Yeah, this is a win.
So you're at 9.
Kyler Murray might be benched by this point.
You're at 9-6.
Yep.
Reeling off 7 out of 8 games here.
Getting out of the right time.
Hosting the Rams. Monday Night Football.
That's going to be a loss. Well, it depends. Is Stafford healthy?
Yes. He is healthy.
Yeah,
I confirmed. I confirmed he's healthy. I saw the script.
All right, that's a loss.
So 9-7.
Yep.
Comes down to this.
The Saints. That's a win. So 10-7. Sounds about right. 10-7 wild card spot. That's basically what I expect. I think I was pretty fair.
I think 9-8.
Okay. Well, still over in their win total.
But under on our bet, if I believe.
No,
you have them making the playoffs. I have them missing the playoffs.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess 9 wins probably. Well, 9 wins could make the playoffs. But
if they get it with 9
not.
wins, I'm going to be...
Some team in the AFC made it with 9 wins, not last year, the year before, didn't they? Didn't the Steelers get in with 9 wins, maybe?
They might
Someone
have.
did.
Didn't the...
Someone did.
Falcons.
What? 2 years ago? No.
Yeah.
All right, we only have like 10 minutes left here. We're going to do, the original plan was the MVP draft because we did offensive player and defensive player. We're not going to do the draft. But let's just talk MVP.
Okay.
There's the obvious names at the top. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. If I were to give you 50-50 odds, so even money either side, that it's either going to be one of those 4 or be someone else, you probably take the bet it's going to be one of those 4.
Correct. I don't want to be a homer here.
Patrick Mahomes has not played on MVP level the last 2 years.
I know he hasn't. He's not been great. But the point I want to make here is I'm all in on the Chiefs offense this year, taking a huge bounce back. Like, I'm all in.
Man, you don't want to be a homer, though. You don't want to be biased.
I don't want to be a homer.
Right. Credit to you. You can't win MVPs based on clutch moments, which is Patrick Mahomes' biggest strength. When he needs a drive at the end of a game to win, he'll give you that drive, but he'll play fine up until that point. And that's MVPs are stats based.
They are stats based. I'm trying to think of who the Bengals play. It feels like Joe Burrow's turn, if you will.
Yeah, he's my pick.
Doesn't it feel like it's Joe Burrow's turn? That if it's close, how Josh Allen got the nod this year over Lamar.
Let's be honest, Lamar Jackson probably deserved MVP last year. There was a little bit of voter fatigue.
I agree and disagree. I think that it's going to sound like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth, so Ravens fans are going to hate this. Mm-hmm. Lamar had better stats.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Allen was more valuable.
I wouldn't argue with that. I mean,
Like, I think Lamar had, you look at Lamar's
Derrick
stats, and we're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, how did that guy not win MVP if you just look at the stats?
Yeah, Josh Allen had no one.
But if you look at like who was more valuable to their team, I think it's Josh Allen. I don't think it was that close. And I always find it hard because it does feel like they care more about stats than who was more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if the Bengals make the playoffs this year, which I'm looking at their schedule right now, and it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. They don't have the Chiefs this year. Yeah, Bengals probably make the playoffs going like 10-7. If they make the playoffs this year, they probably give it to Joe Burrow if he's close with anyone.
I mean, last year the narrative was if the Bengals sneak in, they'll give it to Joe Burrow because his passing numbers were the best passing numbers. Obviously, he doesn't have the rushing numbers of Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, but his pure passing numbers were by far the best in the NFL. But it's hard to give MVP to a guy who doesn't make the playoffs.
As a quarterback.
Right.
And I had some qualms with him in clutch moments, personally, that I've brought up on the show many times. But the numbers were great. And I think he would be the guy who's next in line to get one. Again, I think Jaden Daniels looks good, but kind of like C.J. Stroud last year, takes a slight step back.
Well, let me pause you right here. Before you go any deeper, my next question was going to be, you can't name Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Holmes, or Jaden Daniels. Going to throw him in the mix because he's easily the closest on the odds. Who would be your Super Bowl pick if you can't, or sorry, MVP pick if you can't pick one of those five guys?
Well, now it feels like it's quarterback only for.
It's kind of what the award's turned into.
It's what it's turned into. You know, I think Jordan Love would be the pick that most people would go with, right? Part of me still thinks Jared Goff has a better chance than people give him credit for, because I think that his efficiency numbers are just so impressive that I get enamored by Jared Goff's efficiency numbers. I know he's not going to necessarily always wow you with what he does, but you'll find yourself at the end of the game going like, oh man, he went 18 of 23. He made every single smart decision out there. Did he put the ball in harm's way? No, he didn't. Like I find myself really impressed with Jared Goff. Matt Stafford?
Yeah, he'd have to stay healthy the whole season.
Yeah.
I'll give you a name. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I mean, another year in this Buccaneers offense. He has a loaded slate of weapons. Bucky Irving now has proven himself as a running back to take a little bit of pressure off the passing game.
Does he feel a little, or that team feel a little Bengals last year?
This year? What do you mean?
Like, I feel like Tampa Bay feels very much like the Bengals felt like last year, where the offense is great.
The defense isn't nearly as bad as
it's not nearly as bad, but I think the offense is clearly the calling card for Tampa.
Sure.
Right? They play in a worse division. I don't think he puts up the straight touchdown to interception numbers that Burrow had, but touchdown numbers maybe, yards numbers maybe. I think you're right. I think Baker Mayfield could be a very intriguing name.
Obviously, doesn't belong in the top 5, but like if you're looking further down the odds list, I think he's intriguing.
Was Jordan Love 6
on the odds?
Yeah.
Herbert, Hurts, and Love are all tied at 20-1.
Herbert, I just don't think will throw the ball enough,
and neither will Hurts.
No, but he at least can get some with his legs, and he'll get the touchdowns with his legs. Yeah,
but if anyone, unless Saquon gets hurt and then Jalen Hurts carries them, like if anyone's going to win MVP on that team, it's going to be Saquon.
I would agree.
Penix?
I would take Kyler Murray 10 times out of 10 over Michael Penix. I actually would.
You say mean things about the Falcons for no reason.
I don't, though. Remember last year when I was real about the Falcons and all Falcons fans came at me, and then it turned out that I was correct?
Michael Penix looked great in the 3 games he played in last year.
Great's a strong word.
Okay. 60-1. Would you rather bet Kyler Murray at 50-1 or Michael Penix at 60-1?
Kyler Murray, and I wouldn't even think twice.
Michael Penix at 60-1 or Trevor Lawrence at 45-1?
Probably Trevor Lawrence.
Michael Penix at 60 to 1 or Drake May at 60 to 1.
Oh, man. I think the Falcons win more, so I'd go Michael Penix.
There we go. Okay. I just needed to find one that you picked Michael Penix over. Michael Penix at 60 to 1 or Caleb Williams at 37 to 1.
Michael Penix.
Thank you. All right, let's wrap up the last ever show we're doing together, Sterling, at least in this iteration of Stacking the Box. It's, 8 days away from the start of the season. NFC winner, AFC winner, Super Bowl winner. And you're going to pick Chiefs, so give me your NFC winner, and then we're going to do it and I'm not going to allow you to pick the Chiefs.
I think my real one, and it's funny, this is exactly what Bill Barnwell, again, talking with him today, said the same thing. If I had to pick right now, I think I'm going Chiefs, Eagles, Chiefs over Eagles.
I hate when people do that.
Well, hey, I
hate that. I really think it's going to be the same two teams again this year. Come on, man. That rarely happens.
This would be 3 out of how many years?
3 over the past 4 years.
4? Yeah. Remember when it was the Chiefs Niners for a couple of years? Yeah,
if it's happens. Chiefs Eagles again, I think I quit football. I think I'm done.
I think the NFC has more opportunity in it. Like maybe Chiefs Lions. If the Commanders don't take a step back.
You don't think there's any chance the Ravens or Bills or Bengals maybe even can overcome the Chiefs in the playoffs? Because if the Chiefs don't win the 1 seed and you have them 12-5,
but they've done that before where they haven't won the 1 seed. They went to Buffalo.
That doesn't mean they're going to do that every year, though. Sterling.
They went to the Ravens and clapped those cheeks. Like I don't know what to tell you, man.
All right, so you got Eagles, Chiefs, and you got the Chiefs winning this time.
Maybe I'll go Lions.
That's the worst.
I'll go Chiefs, Lions.
I'm going to go Ravens, Eagles, Battle of the Birds, Ravens win.
Oh, it's the Eagles again. Oh, I hate when people
No, you can pick one of the same team, but you can't pick the Super Bowl rematch.
Okay, so then fine. Chiefs, Lions. Is that better for you?
Yes, it actually is. Only if you say Lions win, though.
I could say Bucks. I think the Rams are still intriguing. I think Bucks, you kind of have me on this Baker Mayfield Buccaneers.
Yeah, I don't like it because I don't want them to be good. But
if I had to pick
they're gonna be sneaky.
If I had to pick like a non-top 6, non-top 8 betting team, I imagine the Bucks would be like 9 to 10.
Yeah,
I'd probably go with the Buccaneers as my surprise Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I'm done picking, and this is why I don't feel bad about picking the Eagles winning the NFC again and the Ravens winning the AFC, even though it's a pretty obvious pick. I have historically made my Super Bowl predictions crazy, and they've not worked out. Do you remember my Super Bowl prediction last year? I had the Dolphins to beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was nails, dude.
The year before that, I think it was the Rams to win 2 straight, this time against the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts. Yeah,
that might have been 3 years ago. It was the year that Matt Ryan was still there. Yeah,
and they won like 3 games. Yeah, no. Yeah. Was it 3 games?
Maybe.
They were like one of the worst teams in football.
Yeah, it was bad. I think them and the Rams were both like 2 of the worst teams in football that year.
Yeah, you've not been good. You honestly should pick the Chiefs because you curse
right.
teams.
True, and when I finally bet on the Chiefs this past year, they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're cursed.
So, I'm going to go Ravens, Eagles, and Ravens win.
Okay, so we're good. The Ravens are going to go 9-8 this year.
Yep. Eagles, Saquon's going to get hurt. They're going to miss the playoffs. Commanders win the division.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So you just put a curse on 2 teams. Congratulations.
There you go. All right. I think that just about does it, Sterling.
Did you just like sink down in your chair like 12 inches? What happened?
Yeah, I leaned back.
Wow. Already just show's over. He's like, show's ending. I'm just going to
time to relax.
Tarps off. Shoeless. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Sterling, it's been fun. We'll be talking throughout the season, of course, like you mentioned earlier, doing some Chiefs betting over on Arrowhead Addict. Stacking the Box, the No Huddle Show will still be live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So Stacking the Box not going anywhere. That live show will be live 2 p.m. Eastern. It just won't be Sterling and I. But Sterling and I will still be on this channel doing some athlete interviews over the coming weeks and months and maybe forever. Final thought, Sterling.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Stacking the Box.
There you go. Can't think of a better way to send it off. Thank you all so much for tuning in over the weeks and months and past couple of years. Good luck this NFL season to your bets. Good luck this NFL season to your teams. And we'll see you around. Bye.